Stop mo na kung start. Ayan. Ayan. So magandang hapon po. Good afternoon everyone tuning in to our live stream today. Welcome to our post-Ramadan sharing session. So today is May 25, 2020, and it's around 4 o'clock in this Monday afternoon. So yesterday, we finally put an end to our month-long fasting of Ramadan, and apparently we are now celebrating the biggest feast of the Muslim community all over the globe, the Eid'l Fitr. And with that, I would like to send my warmest greetings to everyone watching here right now in our webinar, a happy Eid'l Fitr al-Mubarak. The Equal Access International Philippines is one, and of course, the Equal Access International Philippines, along with its alumni community, is one in celebrating this holiest feast of my brothers and sisters in Islam, the Muslim community. And with that, the Equal Access International Philippines has organized this webinar entitled Reflections from the Fast, a post-Ramadan sharing session with the Tech Camp alumni. I am your moderator for this afternoon session. My name is Datu Raid Salik, also an alumnus of Equal Access International Philippines, our Mindanao Tech Camp Batch 2. Currently, I am the program manager of the Alliance of Magnanimous Youth Leaders Incorporated. So this organization is a youth-led and a community-based youth organization that advocates for active citizenship and peace building in Maguindanao and Cotabato communities. So currently, we are doing some initiatives in our province, and if you want to know more about our organization, you can visit our social media accounts. At Facebook, just visit Alliance of Magnanimous Youth Leaders Incorporated, and at Instagram, just simply visit at Alliance of Magnanimous and check out our youthful interventions with the youth of Maguindanao. This online event is open to the whole community, to the whole alumni community, whether you are practicing Islam or from another faith tradition. And this can also be a good time for you to learn what is the beauty of this tradition, this is the perfect timing for you to understand the beauty of this Eid'l Fitr al-Mubarak. So, before we proceed, I would like to inform you guys for the flow of our webinar. First off is, of course, the introduction. Second will be the welcome address or welcome message from our country director. Third is the sharing session proper. So we'll be meeting the 3 key sharers for this afternoon's webinar. And the fourth is we'll be giving you time for you to share kung ano man yung mga insights nyo, ano man yung mga reflections nyo also sa nakalipas na Ramadan at sa iba pang mga ginagawa niyo for the previous Ramadan. And for the last is the closing message from Sir Joel Dizon. Okay, so just a few reminders for you guys na kailangan natin sundin kasi kailangan natin magkaroon ng rule for this webinar. First is let us be respectful of everyone always. So kailangan natin maging respectful. No? Let's be mindful of our actions. Second is since we're not using the Zoom app, so apparently we don't have the power na i-mute kayong lahat. So please just kindly mute yourself if you're not speaking and just turn it on if you are asked to speak. Third one is please utilize the chat box. Please utilize the chat box to talk and discuss with your fellow. Kung meron kayong concern sa iba, then utilize the chat box. For the fourth one is kindly chat up if you want to speak and want to be acknowledged before turning on your microphone. So we'll be acknowledging you guys kung meron kayong concern sa atin. The fifth one is write down your questions. If you have questions, please write them down for the speakers in the chat box. And the last one is please have fun. Okay, so with me are the three key sharers for this afternoon's webinar, and I'm very excited to hear what they're going to share with us for today because I know that these youngsters have been implementing amazing, exemplary initiatives in their respective community. And yes, they're just simply amazing in their craft. So first off, we'll be having my batchmate in the Equal Access International Tech Camp Batch 1, and also the founder of Ayudahan from Zamboanga, and the first ever recipient of the Our Mindanao Summit 2020 Olive Peace Prize. So second is we have a female sharer from the Psychology Society of Xavier University, and he's also from the Up to Youth Tech Camp Batch 1. So malalaman natin kung sino siya mamaya. And for the third one, we'll be having from the Our Mindanao Tech Camp Batch 1 of Equal Access International Philippines, all the way from the Provincial Local Government Unit of Sultan Kudarat. So sino-sino nga ba sila? So let's tune in and malalaman natin kung sino-sino sila. So ilan na ba tayo for this? Yes. We would like to say hi to Miss Annalyn Irazi from Hulu Sulu. Hi! So we also have sino ba? Hussein Abo, yes. Nandito si Hussein Abo. Miss na kita. Ang tagal natin hindi nagkita. Okay. So, nandito si Hussein Abo. We also have Alia Fayesha El Camil from Cotabato City. Yes. Taga dito rin sa amin to, from Cotabato City. And we also have, wait lang. Yes, nandito si Annalyn yes, si Leonides Cadasio. Good afternoon, Leonides Cadasio. Shout out. We also have Jose Ruel Damas. Jose Ruel Damas. Eid Mubarak. Yes, Eid Mubarak, brother. We also have Mark Martinez. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And Daleton Chu from Cagayan de Oro City. We also have Leonides Cadasio on board today, nanonood sa webinar natin. And yes, marami pang iba. So, sa lahat ng hindi ko na nabate, just tune in at kung meron kayong concern, ilagay niyo lang sa ating chat box para mapag-usapan natin mamaya. And now, to formally welcome you all, let's hear a message from the Country Director of Equal Access International Philippines, Mr. Salik Sharif Jr. Hello, Sir Exan.
Hello everyone, can you see me? Well, I hope, no. Again, let me start by extending to everyone my belated greetings of Eid'l Fitr al-Mubarak. I hope our Muslim Tech Camp alum are having fun and have reflected well, no, in your Ramadan experience this 2020. But more than that, I'd like, of course, to also encourage our non-Muslim alum to learn more about this practice among Muslim brothers and sisters. So I am very happy that we have this session. I would like to commend all the people who have worked hard in the realization of this session, no, of this webinar. Of course, particularly to the people also who will be sharing and hosting this event. As a matter of fact, we are very, very happy from Equal Access family to see you all take the lead, no? And I would like to actually say na ito yung playing field nyo. And we are very happy to see you all share your experiences, share your potentials, and even your ideas through this platform. And I hope this is not the first and last, no, but will be one of the many sessions that we will be doing under this new normal. I understand everyone is quiet, affected by the community quarantine and also, of course, the general threat of the pandemic. But I hope we could all go through it together and eventually, make it all together as one healthy family. And sana ito yung mga pagkakataon na pwede pa rin nating ma-maintain yung connectivity natin. And then yung pangalawa, we keep on teaching ourselves and teaching others, no, awareness of this many knowledge around us, no, not just about the pandemic, but even simple appreciation of our reflection from the recent Ramadan season, no? So ito yung mga magandang bagay na dapat nating i-maintain. And for those who have been quiet dun sa ating mga chat groups, no, or sa ating Facebook groups, I hope, no, this is again a call for you all to start igniting the fuel again or reawakening yourselves, no, because it's never too late. Yung sinasabi nga nating now. So keep on inspiring yourselves every single day and start that right here, right now. So again, I am very excited to hear more from our alum, and I'll just be here. EI family is very, very supportive of what you're doing, of your initiatives, of your ideas. We are just here anytime you need us. So I hope you keep the connection, you keep us aware of what you're doing, and let's further this kind of activities right here, right now. Magandang umaga po, hapon, no, sa ating lahat.
Ayan, so thank you so much, Sir Exam. So kahit konti lang yung binigay sa atin, Sir Exam, na opening message or message para sa atin. It's very powerful na kailangan natin yung itago. Kailangan natin yung itago because, alam natin na sa panahon ngayon, we are very stressful, no, dahil sa dala ng COVID-19 pandemic plus yung nakalipas na Ramadan na masyado tayo nakafocus sa faith natin. But for today, let this day serve as our connectivity para mag-ignite yung mga passion natin kung bakit pa talaga tayo nakipag-engage sa Eid'l Fitr International Philippines. Kung bakit tayo nagkaroon ng motivation na sumali sa mga civic engagement, sa lahat ng engagement natin, ginagawa natin for our community. And with that, we thank you, Sir Exam, for that, and a happy Eid'l Fitr Al-Mubarak. So, for now, I'm very excited na i-introduce sa inyo yung tatlong teachers natin. First up, we'll be having my batchmate in Eid'l Access International Philippines, our Mindanao Tech Camp, Batch 1. He is also the first ever to receive the award of Olive Peace Prize during the Our Mindanao Summit 20. Ladies and gentlemen, the OPA. Hello, Jaime. Ayan, si Jaime. Sino sila? Ayan, so, ayan, balik na si Jaime. Again, Jaime is back, so, hindi natin kung ano yung masasabi ni Jaime. Hello, Jaime! Medyo nawawala si Jaime.
Hello?
Ayan.
Hello? Okay na? Narinig ako.
Hello, Jaime, kamusta?
Hello? Hi, Eid Mubarak, Eid. Kamusta? First of all, with everyone, Mubarak, coming from Salva. Sorry. So, hi, I am Jaime Salva from the Tech Camp second batch Holy Peace Prize awardee and also the founder of Ayudahan from Zamboanga City. So, ayun po. So, today I will be, I think, sharing of my reflections. I-present ba yung slides? Or paano ba mangyayari dito?
Your part as your
So normally I have a slide. Are they going to present the slides? Okay. Sige. So first, it says, I think the first slide, hindi kasi naka-present sa monitor ko yung yung slides. But anyway, first slide was saying na sinasabi doon is engraving deep roots of our true identity. So normally, this Ramadan experience is quite more challenging because alam na natin na many people lost their jobs, many are anxious and emotional distress, mental health are unstable, and freedom to go around is very limited. But it's also a great opportunity for more spiritual enlightenment, more spiritual empowerment, because fasting actually is originally intended to awaken us from our deep heedlessness. No? There are times na we become self-indulgent. It is also to awaken our self from impotence, poverty, and also the dependency to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy and compassion. So for me, this experience is quite different kasi we are experiencing different challenges from previous Ramadan. For me, it's a step up kasi given the so much freedom at our own pace, we can actually maximize our spiritual efforts for this Ramadan. Like for example, we can actually complete the dawn prayer in the whole month. Now we wake up for 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to spend time for praying, spend time for reading Quran. And yeah, for me, it's more of a battle between myself and the ideal self, yung piniperceive natin na ideal self. And meron akong kilala, she's Muslim and she was into so much online gaming, and day and night she was just playing during the Ramadan experience because she's totally free and wala namang magko-control sa kanya eh. And fasting at home is becoming easy kasi you are just at home, you don't go to school, you don't have to do things and this. And yun nga, at the last 10 days, she was regretful kasi among sa family, siya lang yung hindi nakatapos ng matapos ang Quran. And that for me it's very it's really a battle between myself and the ideal self, no? And kaya nga sinabi ko, it's more on engraving, it's either engraving deep roots of our true identity or actually severing our roots from our true identity. Kaya nga this month also, it's very interesting kasi ito lang yung holy month, ito lang yung Ramadan experience na tumama yung day na nagshahada ako. And that was very enlightening kasi I have to look back from my previous shahada, witnessing of the accepting the religion. And looking back, it's very important for me kasi looking back, it brings back the struggles, the experience kung paano ko inaccept ang shahada, paano ko inaccept ang Islam. And it was very emotional that time kasi for me it's very important for me kasi I started my community outreach programs because it started from when I accepted Islam. So it's very important for me na to look back kung ano talaga yung reason kung bakit ako nasa Islam and why am I serving the people. And meron akong favorite line na tinuro sa akin ng teacher ko. Sabi niya, yung kalb daw, the meaning of kalb is in the English translation means heart. Sabi niya, yung kalb, yung heart, means the seat or the machine of all the intention of the people. So, ibig sabihin, kapag yung heart mo is filled with deception, corruption, ill intention, then kahit gaano kaganda yung action mo, it's very useless kasi it's wrong. You have wrong intention. Like for example, you want to help people. Why? What is the reason why you want to help people? It's either you want to maybe maging popular, makilala ng tao. Then the action is good, but because of the intention, then the good action becomes devoid. And the same with the opposite. No? In Islam, like for example, sa Islam, bawal, it is haram, it is bawal na magsinungaling yung isang Muslim. But the Sharia law allows it in 5 situations. Like for example, one, you are allowed to lie kung may gusto kang ipag-ayos na dalawang brother na nagkaaway. Like for example, person A, nilapitan mo si person A and sinabi mo, alam mo si person B, he really wants to talk to you and ask for forgiveness, pero nahihiya siya. So this one is lying. This act is the act is bad. Pero dahil sa good intention, nagiging acceptable yung action. So for me, this Ramadan experience is quite different kasi it is more on understanding kung ano talaga yung identity mo. It's more on engraving yourself, immersing yourself to the spirituality. Kasi binigyan tayo ng opportunity to maximize our full potential to do spiritual engagements, no? And for me, that's one of the most powerful reflection that I made during the Holy Month. Kasi yun nga, it's more of strengthening the self. It's more on spiritual strengthening, and yun. It's very important for Muslims kasi like for example, for youth there are many youth leaders or Muslim youth leaders, I guess, na they have lost the identity. And meron talagang times, it's very normal na nalolost natin yung identity kasi we are always challenged by spiritual, anong tawag dyan, fitna. I don't know what's the translation of fitna. Every time we are challenged spiritually, and dahil sa challenge na yun, nawawala yung identity ng isang Muslim leader. And this Holy Month, actually, it's more on checking the self. It's more on, ano nga ba yung identity ko? Why am I Islam? Why am I serving to the people? And yeah, it's either engraving, what do you call this? Engraving deep roots to our true identity, or it's either severing the root of our identity. So,
Yes,
yun.
yes.
The first reflection of this session, and then second is it's no, the second one is nurturing genuine empathy towards fellow human being. So this time, in previous Ramadan experience, normally we feel the hunger and thirst, no, sa Ramadan. But in this holy month, it's quite more challenging kasi hindi lang siya about thirst and hunger. It's more of like nakat yung connection with your brothers, your experience to go out is also limited, and then hindi mo kayang yakapin yung isang brother mo because of the pandemic. And this kind of experience is actually teaching us the experience of people at the grassroots level. Meron nga nag-message sa akin, kasi yung Ayudahan, we are trying to adopt one community to help out. And then, unfortunately, this pandemic, dahil sa pandemic, nakat yung like fundings kasi yun nga, hindi makabigay ng scholarship for me kasi close ang mga businesses and this and that. And then, nag-message sa akin yung community and they were asking help kasi for, I think, 1 week, wala na silang makain, and the government are, I don't know, hindi ko masabi, wala daw silang nare-receive na food, supplies, ganito, ganyan. And for me, it's very, what do you call this? Parang sobrang sakit, no? And to genuinely empathize for them is actually during this month where hindi lang yung food and water ang ina-abstain sa atin, but also the social life. No, normally in the holy months, you can fast, like you can avoid food and water, and you can just go out and buy some delicious stuffs to eat. But then in this holy month, mayaman ka or mahirap ka, you are anxious kasi anytime pwede kang maubusan ng food supplies, pwede kang hindi mo alam if anytime baka dumating na sa pintuan mo yung COVID, and who knows, di ba? And this one is more of nurturing empathy towards our fellow human beings, especially yung mga nag-experience ng what do you call this, ng war. Ito talaga ang pinaka best moment to really feel na alam mo yun, it's really the feeling of people at siege, yung mga naka-experience na people. Kasi normally at war, you are anxious kasi hindi mo alam, baka anytime ma-atake yung city mo, or and then yung food din is very scarce kasi wala nang food supply. And then many things, no? And this time is very interesting kasi nung moment na nag-message yung community sa akin, sabi ko wala akong kayang gawin at that moment, and sabi ko ano bang pwede kong gawin, and that time it's more on empathize, genuinely, no? I think it's more of sincerely empathizing to the people kasi alam mo yung feeling na alam mo yun, anxious ka, anong pwedeng mangyari, and wala kang pwedeng karamay kasi yun nga, malayo yung mga brothers mo, wala kang people to help you, or wala ring food, walang security, totally no security to everyone, mapamayaman ka or mapahirap actually. So it's more of, sincerely nurturing empathy towards our fellow people. Kaya nga sa third reflection ko, sa third slide, sabi niya, I think, meron akong copy dito. Sabi niya sa third slide, compassion for one's fellow men is an essential for true thankfulness. Oh, this is, for me, this is the most emotional reflection I have kasi sabi niya, compassion for one's fellow men is essential for true thankfulness. During the last 10 days ng Ramadan, it's very crucial for Muslims who are fasting during the Ramadan, the last 10 days of Ramadan, kasi at this time, dito nafe-feel ng mga Muslim yung hunger, totoong hunger and also yung thirst, dito talaga yung time na yun. Kasi siguro dahil nababurn na yung fats mo or something like that maybe. So, for me, this was the last 10 days we started also the iftar, what do you call this? Iftar drive for fasting frontliners. And it was quite difficult kasi during the last 10 days, you will feel the thirst and hunger. and at the same time, sobrang init, and then you are preparing maybe 100 to 150 to 200 food packs for fasting frontliners, and ang pinaka-problema pa doon is you don't have manpower. So napaka-konti lang namin to do the stuff. So for me, the last 10 days was very difficult. Meron yung times na like during the breaking of fast, wala na akong energy to eat. I would just, alam mo yun, drink water and then just do the prayer and sleep after, and then wake up for dawn prayer like this. And it was really the most meaningful time kasi akala ko it was very difficult for us. It was very difficult. Pero sobrang empowering nung merong nag-message sa akin na isang nurse. Sabi, she was very thankful, nag-message sa akin, she was very thankful. Kasi sa experience niya daw, sobrang hirap ng pinagdadaanan nila while fasting kasi they are fasting and they're anxious also na baka pag-uwi nila, madala nila yung sakit sa family nila. And then, while fasting, so grabe yung exhaustion daw kasi sobrang nakakapagod sa hospital and alam mo yun, yun nga, sobrang nakakapagod. They don't have time to, to prepare food. Kaya nga, nung the moment na we brought food for them, sobrang thankful niya kasi, alam mo yun, sobrang, grabe daw yung fear nila eh. Kasi, while fasting during this pandemic, it's very difficult kasi, paano ba? It's very difficult kasi, yun nga, grabe yung pagod and wala ka ng time to prepare food. Sometimes nga daw, sabi niya, na-extend yung fasting nila kasi, yun nga, they have to wait, kasi nga, napaka-busy nga ng day nila and they don't have time to prepare food. And yung the moment na nagpasalamat talaga siya and she shared her story, sobrang sabi ko, alam mo yun, yung I was complaining about preparing food. Sabi ko, for us, it was a battlefield, no? During the last 10 days. And sabi ko, alam mo yung empathy mo towards, sincere empathy mo towards other people, na-feel mo yun kasi, yun, alam mo yung situation eh. Alam mo yung feeling while fasting. So, sabi ko sa third slide, compassion for one's fellow man is an essential for true thankfulness. Kasi, yun nga, doon mo na-feel na despite sa sobrang nakakapagod, sobrang thankful mo kasi you are able to to understand kung ano yung pinagdadaanan nila like that. And yeah, that's actually essential for true thankfulness. It's more of, alam mo yun, there are minsan in other days, it's very easy for us to give food kasi we can just do it. We can eat and while preparing the food for them. But during the month of Ramadan, it's very difficult kasi yun nga, you have to kailangan mo magtiis in order to serve the people. So yun. And I think sa last slide, sorry for being emotional. And for the last slide, sabi sa last slide, I think it says, recognizing the bounties coming directly from Him. Recognizing the bounties coming directly from Him, which is God, and appreciating their worth and perceiving one's own need of them. So normally, there is this belief na mga Muslims na, what do you call this? Lahat ng magaganda at all good and bad things na dumadating sa Muslims are coming from Allah. So for us, like for example, nire-recognize natin yung bounty ng food because it gives us pleasure. Bounties of food, companionship, we recognize this as bounties. Pero for Muslim, we also recognize the trials also this pandemic as bounty coming from Allah, because it is teaching us so much. Kaya nga, for Muslims, we accept everything na dumadating sa buhay namin. Well, set aside natin yung yung nakikita we observe from other Muslim people, but looking to the religion itself, Muslim should be accepting whatever comes to his life. If grabe yung depression na meron ka, it's actually a blessing, because it's not just teaching you to be strong. There is some wisdom na meron kang matutunan sa trial. And this pandemic is also a blessing for Muslims, kasi we are learning so much. Set aside na yung we are given the opportunity to maximize our full effort during this Ramadan experience, and taking so much reflection from this experience. So yun, recognizing the bounties coming directly from God, and appreciating appreciating their worth and perceiving one's own need of them. Kaya nga, if hindi nangyari tong pandemic na to during this month, I will not, siguro hindi ko matutunan na more understand ang self ko, yung self-identity ko as Muslim, and yung self-identity ko as a person reaching out the community, and all the wisdom na natutunan ko dito sa Ramadan, the stories of the community na na-receive ko for asking help, the story of that nurse, everything was so much for me. This pandemic is very emotional for me, kaya I was quite silent during the Ramadan experience. I guess
experience in the past, but one that is also timely and much needed. You know, Ramadan in the past, most of the restaurants were closed during the day, but opens in the afternoon until midnight.
So, medyo nakamute si Miss Anan siguro. Hindi natin siya narinig.
Hello?
Ayan.
Hello?
Okay lang. Okay.
Narinig na ba? Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay. So, should I start over? Assalamualaikum warahmatullah again. So, just, where was I? Okay. So, just what I've been saying kanina, it's a little heartbreaking that Ramadan is gone now. It almost feels like this is the fastest Ramadan ever, so different from the Ramadan we have experienced in the past, but one that is also timely and much needed. You know, Ramadan in the past, most of the restaurants were closed during the day, but opens in the afternoon until midnight. The streets were full during the night, and that's because the nighttime during Ramadan is an important portion of the day, because the Ramadan spirit is felt the most during the nights when masajid were usually filled with people for the 7 p.m. Tarawih, then the 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. Tahajjud prayer. For me, since I don't get to see my women cousins and aunts much often, I consider Tarawih in masjid as spiritual bond with them. Because of this pandemic, you know, there are very strict curfews that are being implemented as early as 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and for good reasons. So now there are masajids. You can see that there are masajids that were empty, lonely streets, and even the time to get to spend with my relatives is limited. So you see what's different. But nevertheless, I think this year's Ramadan is the most heartwarming. Why? Let me share to you how this Ramadan was for me. So, simple yung presentation. Honestly, first slide. Next slide. Next slide. Again. So, the first realization is this year's Ramadan taught me to be grateful for the previous Ramadan. The Ramadan I remember as a child were all beautiful. In Marawi, people are 10 times kinder during Ramadan. You'd expect that people would be tired during the day because of fasting, but no. Before the siege in the Islamic seminars in Padian, Sadok, and even in Bangulo, are crowded with people, old people and young people alike, full of energy and excitement to hear wisdoms from scholars. Even the madrasas are all busy. By 4 p.m., I'm just painting a picture to you guys what it was like before the siege, the Ramadan before the siege. By 4 p.m., the Angulo or the plaza will be loud because it's almost Maghrib. 6 p.m. time to break the fast. After Maghrib, everyone's hyped for Isha, which is the last prayer, the last mandatory prayer for the day, and the Taraweeh prayers. After Taraweeh, kids are playing games or eating sweet foods near the masjid, older ones too. So I think that time after Taraweeh is memorable for everyone. Then by Tahajjud, that's around 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. In the dawn, masjid echoes with masajid rather, because masajid is the plural form of masjid, which means mosque. You may be more familiar with the word mosque. Masjid echoes with people crying their hearts out to Allah, which I missed so much this year. Marawi is not a big city and a rich city, sure, but it's a lively one and it had everything we needed. But I guess some of us took it for granted. It's one of the things that I'm very thankful for. I realized that I'm thankful for all the Ramadan I have experienced here in Marawi, because when this year's Ramadan entered, it was quite a surprise. I was alone in Cagayan de Oro and I received a call from my parents to wake up 3 a.m. for Zuar, and that's it. I was like, wow, it's Ramadan already. So there is a habit. When Ramadan comes, I try to follow the plans that are non-Islamic or non-Ramadan related. So I placed what do you call that? A social media time restriction and just off my tafsir, because it's been a long time. To those who doesn't know, tafsir is the book where the verses in the Quran is translated in English, so or other languages. So when I opened my old tafsir, the first chapter was Surah Fatiha. I'm sure almost all Muslims are all familiar with the surah. So when you open it, you read Surah Al-Fatiha, and in the middle of this chapter, Ba'da'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, the most merciful, the most beneficent, Malik Yawmiddin, Master of the Day of Judgment, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, you alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. It's not like I didn't know the meaning of this. It's not like I don't know the meaning of this chapter before, but when I saw it in my old tafsir, there were highlighted parts and notes back when I was in Dar, or something like Dar is something like an Islamic boarding school for women. And it says sticky note said, "Not yet. Ask help from the most merciful. It's not over." Just like I tried to bring Marawi back on its feet, ask help from the most merciful and the most beneficent. It's not over. Even if others are saying it's a tale of the past already, it's not over. Second slide. The second realization is Ramadan is a teamwork. Where's the slide? That's it. I realized how important it is for every members of the household to work together and assume roles and do them responsibly. If they want to keep staying in that zone of sakina during Ramadan, each member of the family has to be in this together to make it work. For example, only men can lead the mass prayers, unless there's no man, in which case a woman can lead the prayer, but among the women only. But in most cases, for the men in the household, they are responsible to make sure that they are well versed for the prayer. Now, leading the prayers, especially during the Ramadan, is not easy. It's hard to wake up for tahajjud and stay up too long for tarawih. So for the women, at least in our case, in our home, to make sure that the prayers went well, because it's very important, we established house rules, made sure everyone wakes up on this time, not overeat in this period of time, do not stay up too late, much to stay motivated, and perhaps plan recipes too. Of course, this can be done by men as well, but the point is everyone must assume a responsibility, men and women of the household. Wait, look, because with the quarantine, everyone is stuck with their housemates or family members. Whether you like it or not, you affect each other's Ramadan focus. And the only way to make it work or to get into that sakina zone, I don't know how to put it into exact words, but sakina zone is like the zone where you are completely at peace and completely in focus to doing good deeds for the sake of Allah. The only way to make it work is to do it together. I remember my mother always says this to me that we need to encourage each other in faith so we can be together in Jannah. Finally, I think for the third slide, next slide po. This is the final realization from the past. It is to become ready to become a better person. The world has been working and going on so fast. Fast food, instant coffee, instant noodles, instant stuff here and there. We're basically buying time. We're anxious all the time. We don't get afforded a chance to take a moment and stare at the world, the people, our lives, because of how fast the world is moving. We're trying to catch up all the time. Then this global quarantine happened, and the world paused, and we're stuck with ourselves, forced to deal with our confused and angry thoughts, confused, angry, and fast-paced oriented thoughts. And now that's another problem. Ramadan arrived just in time, as a comfort to give us a chance to be grateful, to be humble, to seek help, and to be confident in Allah's mercy. This Ramadan is like a refresher. This Ramadan is like a refresh button for all Muslims. Our kind of new year, new beginning. I sincerely hope that we came out of this Ramadan as better individuals. May we all reach the next Ramadan again, inshallah. Ameen. Yun lang. That's it.
All right, so thank you so much, Miss Anan Ampaso. And she's from the absolute Ampatuan of Equal Access International Philippines. So for the reflection from Miss Anan Ampaso, no, masyado siyang first, no, na-open tayo sa masyado nag-reminisce sa previous Ramadan. No? Before there are brotherhood that is being established during the Tarawih, during the Tahajjud, no? Kasi minsan yung mga nakasama mo sa masjid nung hindi pa dumating si COVID-19 is hindi mo rin kilala. And it's kind of beautiful na nagkakaroon ng brotherhood during the Tarawih, during the entire month of Ramadan. So, yun yung nawala sa atin nung dumating si COVID-19 sa Ramadan ngayon. But, this Ramadan serves as a refresher button nga, ika nga, sabi ni Ms. Anan Ampaso, no? This serves as a reflection platform for us na alamin kung ano ba talaga yung mga magagandang bagay na pwede natin gawin alone. And isa pa is nagkakaroon tayo na yung sakina. Paano ba natin explain yung sakina? Sakina is simply a state of being at peace, no? Yung wala parang nandun yung contentment na hinahanap mo. Kasi nga, yun yung nare-realize mo during this time of Ramadan. So thank you so much, Miss Anan Ampaso. Now we're down to the last sharer for this afternoon webinar. He is from our Mindanao Tech Camp batch 1 of Equal Access International Philippines, all the way from the provincial local government unit of Sultan Kudarat, Mr. Zuar Ampatuan. Hello, brother. Assalamualaikum. Eid Mubarak. Ayan. Zuhar.
Okay, okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Narinig niyo po ako?
Okay siya. Nice.
Narinig niyo po ako? Okay. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabi. Amma ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. belated Eid Mubarak to all of us. Then, thank you so much for the opportunity na makapag-share tayo. Actually, fresh from field, fresh pa tayo in managing sa ongoing relief operations ng provincial government of Sultan Kudarat. Okay. Ito. My reflection is, being a frontliner, ano yung role and importance in bringing services to the constituents? Actually, as a frontliner is, napakalaki ng role mo. You have a very big role in dealing this kind of pandemic. And then, as a frontliner, isa sa napakalaking challenges sa akin, for me, as a frontliner is the month of Ramadan. But for me, I am not considering it as a challenge kasi there is I don't know if it is an hadith or a verse in Quran wherein it states that pastak biru bil khairat, pag-iipon. This month of Ramadan serves as the time wherein you as a Muslim believer, pag-iipon ka ng mga magagandang gawain, good deeds, which is makukuha mong reward nito in the hereafter. And then as a frontliner, we face a lot of challenges, lalo na this month of Ramadan. This month of Ramadan is a very challenging for us, wherein nagpe-perform kami ng fasting. Minsan, nagpe-perform kami ng fasting. We are performing fasting na pumupunta kami sa malalayong areas. And as a frontliner, yung importance niya, yung role niya is not just only a medical worker, not just only a frontliner na nakapokus lamang sa ating mga healthcare services, but a frontliner na nagbibigay ng information, nagbibigay ng tulong, naghahatid ng serbisyo sa ating mga constituents, particularly here in the province of Sultan Kudarat. Kasi isa sa mga naging role natin is we are the one na naging avenue na makapaghatid ng mga relief goods sa ating mga constituents, even in the far-flung community dito sa probinsya ng Sultan Kudarat. Minsan, we have to travel 5 to 6 hours, especially sa ating pinakamalayong communities dito sa probinsya ng Sultan Kudarat. Then, yun, pagod, but makita mo yung smile, makita mo yung saya ng mga tao na yung binibigyan ng tulong is napakalaking bagay na yon, napakalaking return na yon para sa ating mga frontliners. And then, a frontliners, not just only a frontliners na nagmo-monitor sa situation ng probinsya. During this time of Ramadan, kasi itong pandemic is kasagsagan talaga ng buwan ng Ramadan. Ginawa natin, we are monitoring the public places, we are monitoring the entry points and exit point ng probinsya. Yun, nagkapanlulumo na makita mo na halos ghost town yung ating mga areas, lalo nung kasagsagan ng enhanced community quarantine. But ang lahat ng ito ay nangyayari. Nangyayari ito by the will of Allah. It's qadar. But the only thing na magagawa natin, lalo na for this month of Ramadan, is to pray. And then we must be thankful. Kasi as a frontliner, napakaraming uri ng tao ang ating nakakasalamuha. But what we are doing is to accept all those na na-encounter natin, especially sa mga communities. Okay, so the next reflections that we have is fasting in the front line. Ito, isa ito sa mga napakalaking challenge. This is, ito, as what I have told a while ago, na this Ramadan is the most challenging Ramadan ever na aking na-encounter for me. Kasi if we go back to the history, itong pandemic is, hindi lang ito yung unang pagkakataon. There are pandemics na nangyari 100 years before. And even the time ng ating mga sahaba. Sahaba is, pwede ba nating sabing disciple? Just correct me. But during the time of sahaba, yung mga followers ng prophet, yung mga kasama niya, mga prophet. But they used to call it as at-tahun. But yun, meron silang mga ginagawang measures in order to counter it. And then ito basically, we have this quarantine wherein you are not allowed to go inside. Okay, so going back to the topic, ako personally, napakahirap na mag-perform ng fasting during the time of Ramadan. Minsan, nangyayari sa amin, ang nangyayari sa amin is, for me, lalo na doon pag nasa field kami, especially during the time na nasa Palimbang kami. Ito yung pinakamalayong community ng Sultan Kudarat wherein you have to travel to General Santos City para maabot yung lugar na yon. You have to travel 5 to 6 hours. Doon, we experience na mag-suhur ka, mag-early breakfast ka na minsan malamig yung kanin, minsan naghahanap ka pa ng yung feeling good na yun, you don't have the time to prepare foods kasi ito, army type, kung ano yung meron, you have to yun, magtiis ka, pagtiisan. But alhamdulillah, we completed the Ramadan. And then, ito, sa frontliner din, minsan yung uhaw, yung pagod, then, although, we as a frontliner, lalo na pag nasa malalayong lugar tayo during the relief operations is, pwede mong tawagin ang sarili as musafir, wherein you have the opportunity na, or you are exempted doon sa pagpa-fast. But yun, we choose to perform Ramadan. Then yun, isang napakalaking challenge for us. As for performing Tarawih, minsan nakakapag-pray tayo, nakakapag-perform tayo ng Tarawih. Yun, late night na. And then there are times pa during the relief operations na yun, magsusuhur ka ng minsan minutes before yun sa hindi ka na pwedeng kumain, minutes before hindi ka na pwedeng kumain kasi yun, pagod ka, whole day you have to monitor yung team. You have to monitor yung team kung maayos ba yung flow of distribution sa mga communities, sa mga areas. But alhamdulillah, we considered it as a good deeds na kahit hindi natin makukuha dito, but in the hereafter, inshallah ta'ala, is makukuha po natin lahat. Okay, so for my next reflection would be the challenges and approach. Okay. Sa challenges and approach, yun, as what I have mentioned a while ago, number one na kalaban mo is your time, especially during the time of your preparation. Challenges, minsan, ito, just to share na rin, I spend my time I spent my Ramadan days na nasa field. Yun. We spend our time na nasa field kami. Wherein aakyat ka ng bundok, iba-ibang taong makakasalamuha mo. Minsan, sa mga challenges na yon, ito personally, minsan may mga nagsaserve ng pagkain, and then minsan hindi natin maiwasang matempt na doon sa mga pagkain na kita natin. But yun, we always keep in mind and heart yung importance ng ating pag-aayuno during this time of Ramadan. And then, very big challenge din sa akin during this time. Kasi aside from being a frontliner, isa rin ako sa mga nagmamanage ng team in the operations center of the province of Sultan Kudarat, na siya ring naatasan sa pag-distribute ng relief goods. Minsan, I used to work with my Christian brothers and sisters wherein kailangan nating mag-adjust kasi we all know naman na yung mga Muslims is on that time is nagfa-fasting sila, and yung ating mga kapatid na mga Christians is hindi. But we need to adjust, like lahat ng mga needs nila provide natin. And then aside from that, yung ating leadership natin to handle the team is nasusubok talaga. Kasi pag gutom ka, minsan konti lang yung pasensya natin. But we always keep in mind yung term nila na sabar. Then, yon, as for my reflections overall, we should be thankful. Kasi despite of challenges na kinakaharap nating lahat, in the whole world is andito pa rin tayo. Lagi nating tatandaan ang lahat ng mga nangyayari ngayon. Lahat ng nangyayari ngayon is ito ay qadar, means destiny. Ito ay plano ng Allah. Indeed, Allah is the best of planner. And then, yun, aside from that, we need to follow sa ating mga leaders. We need to adhere sa lahat ng mga panuntunan na binigay sa atin. And then, yun. Kasi yung ating mga leaders, yung ating mga local chief executives is, yun, talagang iniisip lamang nila yung kapakanan natin. Then yun, thank you so much. Sorry ha, medyo panlang yung boses ko kasi yun, galing tayo from field, and then nabol natin para at least makapag-share tayo. And thank you so much for giving me time to share. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, thank you so much, Zuar, Ampatuan. Alaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, anchored with the verse na na-mention ni Zuar kanina, no? Sabi ni Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, "Fastabikul khairat." Meaning, you compete. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us to compete in doing a right thing, in doing a good deed. So, that's very nice, Zuar, kasi yung ginawa niya kahit under the special circumstances of Ramadan, given the COVID pandemic, COVID threat, for the entire month of Ramadan is nandoon yung struggle ni Zuar na i-deliver kung ano man yung dinideliver nila being a frontliner. And we thank you to in sharing that idea and very inspiring story of you, Zuar. Kasi a lot of people, youngsters, ay na-motivate dahil sa story mo na yon. And for now, we'll be giving a time for you guys, the viewers, to join our conversation. Just simply ask your question or share your insight in the chat box. So, meron tayong question. The first question goes to, I think it goes to everyone, but we'll be picking up only one sharer kasi medyo late na tayo. So, the first question is, what can I do to be respectful of my Muslim friends during Ramadan? So, ano ba yung pwede kong gawin kung hindi ako, I am a non-Muslim individual, ano ba yung pwede kong gawin para maging respectful ako sa mga kasamahan ko na Muslim during the time of Ramadan? So, I guess, pwedeng sagutan muna ito ni Brother Jaime, si Opa. Asan ka na?
Oh, hi. Hello.
Hello. So, the question is, what can I do to be respectful of my Muslim friends during Ramadan? So, ano pwede kong gawin?
Ikaw, Pride, ano mo gusto? Actually, siguro for me, no, well, coming from a, coming from a converting Muslim, syempre na-experience ko yung prejudice ng family, mga judgment. So, siguro, for me, ang pinaka-the best na ma-offer mo to a Muslim brother and or sister is yung acceptance and yung respect. Sobrang, yun lang actually ang kailangan namin. And very, huge impact para sa amin. Like, for example, sa family ko, yung first years ng first year ng pagiging Muslim convert ko, ang dami kong nare-receive na judgment. Like, for example, pag umuwi ako, they always check my bag kung may bomba ba daw or saan daw yung next bomb. Sabihan ko daw sila para at least naman makaiusin. Yung ganun, for me, ang pinaka-the best na hiningi ko lang talaga that time was yun, acceptance and respect. And that's the time na natutunan ko na, alam yun. Pero, hindi kasi siya one-sided eh. Meron din kasing responsibility yung isang Muslim or non-Muslim to do that. Kasi for a Muslim for a Muslim to present, hindi, kailangan niya i-present kasi yung yung identity talaga ng Islam eh. Like, for example, yung Christian, paano magre-respect yung isang Christian if kami mismong Muslim is in-prove namin na hindi kami karapat-dapat na i-respect. Like, for example, we are dirty, we are unrespectful to others, like that. And yun, hindi siya, for me, hindi siya one-sided na effort. It always goes with the two. It's either, it always goes with the two, the Muslim and the non-Muslim. So yun. Yun ang for me, actually.
Yes. So, sa kay Zuar naman, paano natin, ano ba yung mga opinion mo or insight mo when it comes to, a non-Muslim brother or sister asking for us on how can he or she to be respectful of his or her Muslim friends during Ramadan?
Actually, for me, in order for you to become a respectful Muslim during this time of Ramadan is pagpapakita Muslim Ummah. Number one dyan is forbidding what is wrong or enjoying what is right and forbidding what is wrong. Then, yun, magpapakita na tayo ay modelo, a peace lover, a Muslim. From the word itself, yun, Islam means peace. And then, yun, yung brotherhood. Kasi, I forgot the verse in Quran, yung sinabi doon, yung kahalagaan ng brotherhood. Then, yun, pakita mo na a good believer of Islam, then they're performing Ramadan is pagpapakita ng kung ano yung essence ng Ramadan. Okay, yan pa.
Yan. So, sa kay Miss Anan Ampaso ba, pwede natin niyo yung insight niya or opinion, perception niya kung ako ba ay hindi Muslim, kung ako ay hindi Muslim, paano ko ba maipapakita na nire-respeto ko yung kaibigan ko na Muslim or observing Ramadan?
Well, I think for you to become respectful for your Muslim friends, you should know some information about Ramadan, diba? Kasi during Ramadan, Muslims are fasting. So, you should not intentionally ipakita sa kanila that you're eating food in front of them, you're teasing them of how tasty your food is, ganyan. And also, you know that since during the night, there are so many prayers during the night. So if possible, siguro, you should talk to them. So you should limit the time na you should limit the time you engage. For example, kung ka-chat mo lang siya kasi, for example, quarantine, you should limit the time siguro na kausapin siya online na parang you're kausapin siya online kasi nga there's so much to do during the night. Diyan naka-saturated dyan yung mga prayers for Ramadan. Tsaka yung sa ano rin. And also in the morning kasi, siguro during sa breakfast time, may energy pa. But around lunchtime, wala nang energy. Ganun. So, respectful lang on those aspects. Fasting, siguro their energy consumption. So, wag siguro kayong makipag, away, ganyan. Or just, mind that they are, during Ramadan, they are avoiding as much temptations na kaya nila. Yung sinasabi nila na fitna, gusto nating maiwasan lahat yun. That's the point.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 points na nakuha ko sa shinare ng ating mga key sharers is that first is you really have to be aware. Kailangan mo maging aware kung ano ba yung Ramadan sa kanila. Kung ako ay hindi Muslim, then kasama ko yung Muslim. So, I really need to be aware kung ano ba yung Ramadan sa kanila. So, Ramadan is not about, example, hindi lang siya pag-abstain sa pag-inom, pagkain, but it's also avoiding the fitna. So, ako bilang hindi isang Muslim, pwede akong maging respectful sa mga kasamahan ko Muslim through hindi pagpapakita ng mga fitna na yon sa mga kasamahan ko nagpa-fasting. So, that's very nice from Miss Anan. So, the second point is that true to its name na respect, no? We really just have to respect kung ano man yung pina-practice ng kasama nating Muslim. And by then, pwede nating matatawag na we are respectful pala sa mga kasamahan nating Muslim. And for the last question, we have from the audience from Amina Shane Halil. I guess it goes to Mr. Opa, Mr. Jaime, kasi nag-comment na nalagay ito nung nagpa-present si Jaime. Sabi niya, in the process of being a community leader, what will you do if you're slowly losing your sense of identity as a Muslim? Ayan.
Okay. In the process, no, ang question. So, siguro, it's very important kasi kapag Muslim ka, sabi nga, di ba, in Islam, you always have to surround yourself with good Muslim people. Kasi nagre-reflect yung friends mo towards your actions to the community. Meron kasi, may mga times na, like for example, may mga namimit ako na Muslim youth leader na merong times na nakakaris ako ng question, bakit ganito, ganyan. And for me, it's really important na i-surround natin yourself natin with good Muslim, practicing Muslim. Kasi merong times na may misinterpret talaga yung mga people, lalo na kung we are leaders, kasi we are representing the religion itself. And yun nga, siguro, pinaka-best ko siguro is yun, surround yourself with practicing Muslim friend, good.
All right, so thank you so much, Jaime. So, yon, nasagot din. So, dahil malapit na tayo sa oras, no, we'll be picking some of our audience na mag-share para, mag-share kung ano ba yung insights nila during Ramadan. So, magpipick tayo from the non-Muslim audience. Ayan, I guess si Monique Kahalne, yes. Hi Monique, pwede ba mag-share? Ayan. Si Monique. Ayan. Ayan, so in-encourage namin yung mga iba na kung sino gusto mag-share, so pwede kayong mag-share na lang din dito sa chat box natin. Ayan. So meron nag-share dito, sabi niya, thank you for the sharers regarding your realization. This is Alikan Pandapatan, knowledge and experience you impart. I have questions that can be answered by any one of you speakers. Do you discover something in yourself this recent Ramadan which you did not realize before? So, meron ba tayong na-realize? So, I guess, pwedeng sagutan ito mamaya. So, what is the most thankful thing you've realized aside from the usual activities we do during the Ramadan? Fasting, praying, Quran reading? Or do you have regrettable moments that made you realize not to do it next again? So, maganda rin yun mga questions, but as much as we wanted to answer it, I'm putting it down. So, ayan, so merong mag-share. Ayan, si Miss Amina Shane Halil, baka pwede siyang mag-share. Hello, Miss Amina. Ayan. Ayan, so lahat ng tinatawag parang hindi sila, parang nila ako narinig siguro. Siguro may ginagawa silang importante. So, we have also Era Balindong. Era Balindong is a Muslim siguro. It's Balindong from Lanao. And Franz Donoso. Hi, Franz. Baka pwede ka naman mag-share ng insight mo during the Ramadan this year.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. So,
Good afternoon.
kabati ka mo. Naririnig niyo ako okay, this is my
Yes po, yes.
realization. So I have relatives who are Muslim, so we are very close. I'm very close with them, and sometimes I'm not mindful of the things na very very tempting to them. So there are times, especially before this session, I barge into their house and ask, Tita, what are you doing? Without realizing that they're closing their house because they're praying or they're doing something. So I realized I asked the question regarding to how can we pay respect, or how can non-Muslim do some things to their Muslim relatives or friends. It's because I'm not aware of it. So I wanted to ask that to you Muslim peoples, because I think I'm really doing something that is not appropriate to them, and being mindful is one of the important thing, especially if you have Muslim relatives or friends. So thank you for the sharers for answering my question. That would be all.
Ayan, so narinig din ng mga nag-share, yung mga sharers natin kung ano yung question ni Miss Franz Donoso. Ayan. So another, kung sino ba yung gusto mag-share? Ayan, so si Miss Amina nandiyan na daw siya. So baka pwede pa siyang mag-share. Si Miss Amina Shane Halil. There is she.
Hi! Hi everyone, narinig na ba ako? Hi, so, ano ba to? Question ba to or insights lang po?
Kahit yung insights mo lang.
Okay, so, for this Ramadan, I realized a lot because I wasn't really the same person last year's Ramadan and this year's Ramadan, because, during the past years, I had slowly lost my identity as a Muslim. I really don't know, actually, because it was really happening slowly and it was really not evident for me, but others were really noticing. And what made me happy for this year's Ramadan is that I also slowly got my identity back, because I had all the time for myself and I had all the time to have my self-reflection. So I think, despite of the happenings, this quarantine, I think there's always a good thing that happened to me, and that is going back to my identity. I think that's it. Thanks.
Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Amina Shane Halil. So, marami pa tayong mga questions, marami pa tayong gusto natin i-share, but gustuhin pa natin but ang oras natin is medyo maikli lamang, so kailangan natin but we thank you guys na nag-tune in for this webinar. So for the last moment, to wrap up this wonderful webinar, let's hear a closing message from the program manager of Equal Access International Philippines, Mr. Joel Dizon. Hello, Sir Joel.
Assalamualaikum. Magandang hapon sa lahat. It has been very exciting to hear from you guys, lalong-lalo na sa mga sharing ninyo ng mga sharers natin. Unahin ko muna ang magpasalamat sa mga sharers natin. You really make this afternoon very wonderful one for sharing yung mga experiences ninyo, that how this previous Ramadan during the pandemic has nurtured empathy and compassion in you, as well as for the three na nagsabi na we have been grateful, we have been very thankful of this experience. We were able to know more about ourselves. We were able to miss the things that we were doing previously, no? Kagaya ng sinasabi ni Anan na during the time na previous Ramadan, it was a time for them to spend time, yung mga cousins niya, family, ganon. And still, nare-realize niya pa rin na kahit na hindi nakakalabas during the Ramadan dahilan sa may mga curfew, may mga limitations, she still shares to us that Ramadan is a teamwork, not just with your family, not just with your friends, but it is a time to be together, to work together, no? And then para po sa mga kina-Jaime, no, na kahit na, at saka si Zuar, kahit na anuman yung experience natin ngayong Ramadan, we should be thankful. This is destiny. This is something that that we experience. This is something that we can be thankful of, no? Na even if hindi siya kagaya dati, there's still a lot of things to be thankful of. Even if he is a frontliner, no, na pag pupunta siya sa malayo, pag makita niya lang yung smile ng mga smile ng mga tao na pinagsisilbihan nila, no, ay napapawi ka agad yung pagod, nakakadagdag yung sa happiness mo, no. And I also commend Jaime for realizing na minsan sa sarili natin nagrereklamo tayo, ano ba naman tong nangyayari sa akin, no? Ang hirap-hirap ng magluto sa umaga, or ang hirap-hirap gumawa ng report na to. Hindi natin nare-realize na meron din palang ibang tao na mas mahirap pa yung na-experience sa atin, that they have to extend their work, they have to extend their acting because they need to serve people, no? So in all of this, what I get is we are thankful, no? And we have been grateful to be able to do the Ramadan, do the fasting, even with the COVID pandemic, because we are still here, no? No? We are in the now, and we are still able to share in the future, no? So these experiences make us better. It makes us stronger as a person, no? And for our brothers that are not Muslims, kagaya ko, no, yes, I am thankful na nag-share si Jaime, si Anan, and si Zuar, and we accept, no? We accept you as our brothers and sisters. We respect you for what you're doing, for who you are as a Muslim, you know. I hope na nakapagbigay ng mas malalim na awareness sa mga kapatid natin na non-Muslims, as well as also doon sa mga kapatid natin na mga Muslim, for us to be able also to accept and respect the other denominations. So again, thank you very much sa mga sharers natin, sa mga guests natin na sumali sa atin, yung mga bago lang na nag-attend sa ating first na reflections from the past, especially Yambao. Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us. I would like also to thank the team ng Equal Access International for doing their best in preparing for this activity. Datu Raid Salik, our moderator and facilitator this afternoon. Grabe, ang galing sa inyo. Thank you very much sa lahat ng nag-attend nitong ating reflections from the past, together with our alumni. Thank you very much sa ating lahat. In behalf sa aming country director, si Salik Exan Sharif Jr., gusto namin kayong lahat pasalamatan. And hopefully, magkita-kita ulit tayo after this. And then, we will also share document with you. Ito yung isang sinare ni Exan during his virtual iftar together with the US Embassy. So we hope to share that in your email. So kindly check your emails, hopefully tomorrow or tonight. So again, thank you very much sa inyong lahat. Ingat po tayo. Assalamualaikum sa lahat.
Okay, so thank you so much, Sir Joel. So ayun, sa mga sharers natin at sa mga nag-organize ng event na ito, may personal nagpapasalamat ako sa lahat ng nanood, and it provides me even more a platform para mas maintindihan pa natin lalo kung ano ba talaga yung iman natin, ano yung religion natin, ano ba yung kagandahan ng Ramadan and the Eid'l Fitr. So this serves as a reflection also, no? Mas na-boost pa yung reflection natin na mag-reflect on those less fortunate than ourselves. So yun lamang po. Once again, my name is Datu Raid Salik, and I greet you all a happy Eid'l Fitr and Mubarak. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon.
Okay, guys, group photo muna, paki-on ng inyong videos so that we'll be able to take group photo. No? Adam, can you do it, or is it going to be King? Wag mo nang umalis, please. Wag mo na.
Pwede. Wag mo nang umalis.
Paano ba to? Ayun.
Ayan. Opa.
Opa. Alright. Good.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sir Adam. Thank you, Opa.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.